All right, so I am kind of on the rampage, so please bear with me. I want to talk to you about red tape because I think we have got so much red tape it is clogging up our ability to live happy, productive lives. I'm going to give you an example. Do you know that it took me, I went to open up a bank account, a business bank account at a new bank. You know how long it took me to open that bank account? Almost 3 weeks. Bear with me because I want to know what you think after I tell you this story, if this happens to you. So I go to the bank to open up the bank account. It's going to be a corporate bank account, so I have to take my corporate papers. I sit down with them. They said, "I'm sorry, sir, you've got to have your EIN letter." What's that? Well, back when you did your corporation, which was 30 years ago, they gave you a sheet of paper. We need to see that paper. I'm like, I don't know where that is. Well, I'm sorry, sir. We can't open a bank account unless you have that EIN letter. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking, I know where there's an IRS office like 5 minutes away. I'll just zip over the IRS, get them to print me out the letter, go back to the bank, done deal. Well, I thought wrong. Go to the IRS office. I'd been there many times through the years. Not there anymore. Not there at all. Somebody else is there. I know where there's another IRS office in our town. I go to the other side of town. They're gone too. Closed. So I grabbed my phone, looked it up. Oh, I know where that, only one office? Okay. I know right where that is. So I went to the IRS office, went upstairs, went down the hall. There's a line of people coming out the door of the IRS and an armed security guard there talking with each person. I'm like the 10th person in line. And I'm like, well, what is this all about? I just need an EIN letter. I'm sorry. And so this armed guard was handing this piece of paper. It looks like kind of like this, exactly like this, to everybody, saying, well, you need to go and you need to make it, before you get in, you have to make an appointment to go inside. Okay, so all I need is an EIN letter. Won't take 2 minutes. She says, I'm sorry, sir, you're going to need an appointment. And I told her what I needed. She says, oh, well, hang on. I might be able to help you. So she comes back in and she says, I'm sorry, sir. Even you've got to make an appointment. Okay. I asked her, I said, how long does it take? You know, when you go to the doctor's office, sometimes it takes 2 months to get in to see the doctor, right? How long does it take? A day, week? What does it take to get an appointment to get back in here? And she said, I don't know, but the number on this card is the only number in the entire United States that every single person has to call if they want to go in and see anyone from the IRS. How long's it been since you've been to an IRS office? This is not about the IRS. This is about red tape. But hey, if this is agonizing, imagine being me. So I get to call this number. Do you know that it took me 2.5 days until I got anything kind of an answer? I would call repeatedly, and do you know, on my cell phone, I know for a fact, it took me 2 minutes and 57 seconds of listening to a recorded message until the recorded message said, due to the call volume, you'll need to try back later or tomorrow. On the third day, I finally didn't get that message. The third day of trying. I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to open a bank account. It's really simple. On the third day, they said, your wait time is approximately 30 minutes. Well, about 35 minutes later, I get somebody to answer the phone, and they said, okay, now you need to go online. We're going to send you a link. You need to make an appointment. So they gave me this list of things. What do you want to talk about? A tax return, a refund, all these different things. I just need an EIN letter. Well, there wasn't a space, a little block to check for that. So there was other. Okay, I'm other. So I got my appointment for the following week. Went in, get back to the IRS, and there's the same lady go up. There's no line at all. She says, I'm sorry, sir, do you have an appointment? I said, yes, ma'am. And I showed her my confirmation code on the phone, and she said, well, come right in. Now, get this. I go into the office, and she said, sir, you'll need to empty your pockets. Huh? She says, we're looking for weapons and explosives. Okay. I felt like I was going through the TSA, except even worse than that. Emptied out everything, and she pulls out this wand, and she said, I'm going to wand this around you, and if you hear this noise, beep, 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 don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. I just need an EIN letter. So she weighs me, turn around, she weighs me up and down. She says, now can you turn around and lean against the wall? I swear this is the truth. And I'm leaning against the wall. She says, raise your right foot. So I raise my right foot, set it back down. She says, sir, can you raise your right foot again, please? I'll let you know when you can put it down. You may put it down. Now raise your left foot. Same thing. I'm thinking, oh my God, what has happened? Oh my God. So I passed the security test. No explosives, no weapons. Now you can go over and talk to the lady behind the plexiglass. Went over there. Do you have an appointment? Yes, I have an appointment. Here's my confirmation number. Okay, if you'll have a seat, your number, and she gave me this little piece of paper. I was number 106. First thing in the morning. 106. Awesome. There's only like 5 people sitting there in front of me. There's a couple other people behind me wanting to come in. 102, 103, 5 minutes later, Lisa's texting me, how long is it going to be? I don't know, hon. I'm 106 or at 103, 104, 105. Awesome. 5 minutes later, 107. Did I miss 106? No, wait. Did they say 107? And now new people have come in. 108. I'm 106. What happened? 109. And finally, I got to go. And so there's the armed security guard. There's a lady behind the plexiglass. And she looks up at me and she said, sir, we're getting someone with your level of expertise to answer your questions with what you need. Would you have a seat? And the guard says, we'll get to you soon. Okay. They called a couple of more people. I'd been there an hour. And then I finally said, I can't do this. And I went up and I said, excuse me, sir, we're trying to find somebody that can answer your questions. And I said, what do you have me down for? What am I here for? And she looks up on the computer. She says, you are here to discuss tax law, correct? No, I want an EIN letter. That's all I want. Oh, but it says tax law. Sit down and we'll get somebody with you shortly. 5 minutes later, somebody calls, go back to the deal. Nice man back in the back. He looks me up on the computer, show my ID. He says, okay, so you're here to talk about tax law. No, sir. I just want an EIN letter to open a bank account. He goes, well, that's easy. Thank you. So I get the letter, go. It took me almost 3 weeks to open a bank account. My question, as I left, I'm going, my God, what has happened to our world? It's not just the IRS. It's not that one guy he's the problem. If we just got rid of that dude, we'd all be good. And that lady was rude. If it's all about her. No, it wasn't one person's fault. It's the system. I think the reason people love to RV, one reason people love to RV and camp is to get away from all that red tape, where it's just us and this. And we're out of doors with people we love, and there's not a bunch of red tape and boxes you have to check and all that, next. I don't know. Are you like me? Do you experience the same thing? Maybe I'm just an old guy that gets frustrated, and I know I am at both of those things. But I try to go, what's happened to us? It didn't used to be this way. When I stood up at the IRS office, the lady I would have said, sir, and we could have had a conversation. No, sit down. You'll be called later. And I want to be respectful, but how much are we supposed to do? I didn't do anything. I couldn't get anything productive done. I don't know if anybody cared except for me, but I want to know if life is getting difficult for you. If you think that there's too much red tape out there or not. Sadly, I think there's going to be more red tape in the future. There's more human beings everywhere, more rules, more regulations, more. And that's why more people want to escape. They want to escape in their RV, and who can blame them? So thank you for allowing me to vent about the red tape and the frustration that I had trying to open a bank account that took almost 3 weeks to do. Let me know what you think. Share your experience down below. We all want to be heard, and I'd like to hear from you. If you have a question or a situation about RVing, about maybe, life in general, feel free to either email me. The address is below. You can call, leave me a voicemail message. I read emails. I listen to every voicemail, and I respond to as many of them as I can when I'm not waiting almost 3 weeks to open a bank account. So thank you so much for watching. I am Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. I'll see you next time.